Yo, that's Diddy, bro. He trying to hide. We caught your ass. It's a clear container. I can see the shit through the glass. I don't need you to open it. It's shit. I know it's shit. All right, cool. All right, well, we got him, boys. We fucking got him.
You know, what draws a black person to identify with this Republican Party?
Trump has been for black people, regardless of what the media say, for a long time.
So until you teach the people, that's the only way they're gonna learn. So it's our job, me especially as a black conservative, to get out there, get on the ground, and teach these people all about the black conservative movement. And when you look at the movement now, especially right now, we speaking, baby.
Diddy with a cowboy hat. Yes, bro. That's me. Yo, Diddy, he trying to get out the bullshit. Yo, that's Diddy, bro. Yo, that's Diddy, bro. He trying to hide. We caught your ass. Bro, somebody get this motherfucker out of here, bro. Diddy tried it, bro. Hell no, he tried it. That's why I go for Trump.
And that's one.
Lock in. We're going to see the real truth. Where black people are really going with the Turning Point USA shirt on.
One reason why I'm pro-Trump and I'm a conservative is because I truly believe in the individualistic approach to the problems that we see within the black community or in America as a whole. And you can think about it, Black Wall Street, Harlem Renaissance, all that time, we was doing great. But when the policies came in and started destroying the black community slowly and slowly. Matter of fact, it was supposed to get rid of poverty or at least lessen it, but we have more poverty now than we had back then.
Also interesting is that somehow for him, these communities no longer exist because of liberal or progressive policy decisions.
But when
Didn't like Tulsa literally get burned down to the ground and bombed and shit like that? And they came through and then they left?
Idea that we were better off in any way during the Jim Crow era.
That's what?
During Jim Crow, the black family was together.
Yeah, that's right.
During Jim Crow, more black people were not just conservative, because black people always have been conservative-minded, but more black people voted conservatively.
It's worth noting that the black poverty rate has been...
Well, technically, if I'm being fair, he didn't say that they were better. He said they were together, which I don't know what, like, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes when people say something, I don't want to, like, make the inference for them, but I don't really know where they're going with it. Like, what are you implying by saying we were together? We were, like, I would assume you're saying we were better off. Like, you didn't literally say it, but what do you mean we were together? As opposed to us not being together now, which means we're failing now together. In the past, we were together, we were doing better. Like, right? Wouldn't that just map on better to what he's saying? So, I don't know. But he's not saying shit like most Republicans.
Been falling ever since black people started receiving civil rights protections. It's almost as if these progressive policies worked. Now, you mentioned Black Wall Street, brother.
No, it's not that. It's these damn DEI hires. Fuck.
And I want to be very real with you.
Yeah.
Black Wall Street was Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Greenwood District, where black people built their own community,
Right.
had their own self-sustained community,
Together,
beautiful
though.
economy,
Together.
making it for themselves, and white people destroyed it.
Yeah.
It wasn't policy. It was white people.
Well, white people,
I stopped him at him saying it wasn't white people. Where could the rest of the sentence go? Fuck, here we go.
It was no. Let's be very clear.
Let him finish. Let him finish. Please give the mic back.
It was white people.
No.
No.
it was those white people.
It was.
You got him. You fucking got him. That is true. It was those white people. Idea is that there were people that stopped that, and it wasn't policies that broke it down like you initially said. It wasn't policies. It was people.
White people.
And people that probably would agree with you today. So, your people.
In that community were booming black economies where white people, not in the same place, but it was the same group of people every time, destroyed those communities. So you can't say it's policy when when black people do what they need to do and build for themselves and white people destroy it.
Yeah.
So why is it that you would frame it as a policy thing?
I didn't frame it as a policy thing. Time we was doing great, but when the policies came in, No, hold on. I ain't got the best memory, but that motherfucker said policy.
We can rewind it.
You
but
said
you
it was. You said it was white people.
You mentioned.
I said it wasn't white people. It was those white people. And the reason why I'm saying that is because now we're trying to categorize all white people as evil.
No.
And what I'm trying to say.
Huh? He did say policies. Yeah, we're not fucking letting him go with that. This motherfucker definitely said policy. Oh my gosh.
Is back then, because a lot of people don't know this. I'm gonna put this on record.
Okay, here we go. A lot of people don't know this. We're about to learn something. Listen up.
Black Wall Street rebuilt themselves after that. 4 years after that, Black Wall Street rebuilt everything they had, and they prospered for the next 40 years until policy came in and destroyed it because they decided to build a.
I don't think we ever got back to what it was before. I'm gonna just say that. I think we rebuilt, but I don't think it was ever to the, what would you call it? Like the extent, I guess, of what that was prior.
Freeway over their town.
I could be wrong.
And that destroyed.
Definitely, yeah. I don't think it got
So
back.
what I'm saying is, if we look at policy and the cultural essence of most things, right? It's not just policy, it's culture.
I was trying to draw.
Okay. So would this be a good example of moving the goalposts? You said policy. He explained why it wasn't policy, it was people. And then you said, well, it was culture. Okay. All right. Hold on now.
LBJ, that's why he said we have these Negroes voting Democrat for the next 200 years. But all those policies have not done what they promised.
The Civil Rights Act of 64. So would you rather him had not say that and not get the Civil Rights Act passed? And then in 65 Voting Rights Act, and then 68 Fair Housing Act, which, by the way, the passing of those all definitely play effect today. What are we talking about?
Would you agree?
I would not agree.
So you think?
What would you agree? What are you talking about? What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh my God. What do you think? We still have like whites only and colors only on stuff still? You think we still have to sit in the back of the bus? You think we like? What are you talking about? What do you mean it didn't change?
We're better off as black people now than we were before LBJ passed those policies.
Yes, brother. We can vote without the threat of violence. Are you talking about the Civil Rights Act?
I mean, technically, you can vote. You can live wherever the fuck you want to live. I'm not gonna say it's completely fixed, but you definitely can, get certain jobs that you did not have access to before. You can marry who you want to marry, shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? It's just so much different. What do you mean? Medically, like, probably get better treatment in hospitals than back then. Like, what are we talking about, bro?
Of 1964? Is that what you're describing as a negative thing?
I'm not saying the Civil Rights Act of 1964 was. I'm talking about.
That's LBJ.
I mean, that's literally what you're referring to when you said LBJ signed it and said we'll have them voting, like, for the next how many ever years, whatever. Like, that's what you're referring to.
I just want to be clear. That's LBJ, who you said, were we better off before LBJ? LBJ signed the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
I'm talking about the war on poverty.
I just want to answer that one. I want to answer that specific one first. Was the Civil Rights Act of 1964 a bad thing?
I agree with the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
Thank you.
But the same.
Oh, shit. You should have just stood on business if it was. Oh, man. Okay. All right, cool. All right. Well, we got him, boys. We fucking got him.
Same time, I'm also put like this. I prefer dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery.
I prefer dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery. Yes. But why are those the only two options? Why are those the only two options?
I would rather, given the fact that even back then we still had our families together, communities were stronger back then, I would rather deal with the dangerous freedom of not knowing and controlling people with policies as much as possible versus.
So you'd rather live when the KKK was riding around like fucking deputized fucking citizens, stringing your ass up just because they fucking felt like it, burning you while you hanging up there, beating the shit out of you, your wife, your kids, doing it to all of them. Like, you rather live in those times than like right now? I'd rather live in that danger than to live with these what policies?
The peaceful slavery of being married and tied to the government.
I wanted to know how these black people could be drawn into Trump's political orbit.
Trump called. I thought about it like you calling me and say, hey, Pastor, I want to invite a friend to church who has 34 felonies. Hey, Pastor, I want to invite a friend to church who is a womanizer. Hey, Pastor, I want to invite a friend to church who could be a racist.
He's the lead pastor at a black.
I mean, that's not weird to see because you would imagine your pastor will accept all people and try to help them get better. I'm not taking that as anything crazy right now.
What I would say to any black person is this, specifically about the Republican platform.
Oh, so he is. Take everything I say back. Rewind 30 seconds. Dump it.
I would say, look, do your research, right? I would say look back to 170 years ago in this state where...
Why do we keep going that far? What the fuck are they? Why? Why do we keep going? If you compare any state to right now to 170 years ago, am I tripping? Like,
a group of patriots stood up and they started that grand old party to stop the expansion of slavery. If a black person said, well, Pastor, Donald Trump is racist, the Republican Party is racist, well, let's...
Right, people ain't looking that far, they just stop it. But
let's play that theme out throughout history. Let's look at who was the party of slavery, who was the party of Jim Crow.
Hold on. Fuck, why do they always do this shit?
Black person said, well, Pastor, Donald Trump is racist, the Republican Party is racist. Well, let's play that theme out throughout history.
Why? Why would you go back? Why would you go back through history? Like, if I just punched a motherfucker on the bus and they went to the police and said, hey, this guy just punched me. And I say, well, let's play that out through history. When have I ever randomly punched a motherfucker? What does that mean? You just punched me now. Like, what are you talking about? I don't care if you never punched somebody before. You just punched me now. Like, what are you talking about? I break into somebody's house. When has he ever done that before? Like, what's the comparison here? Like,
history. Let's look at who was the party of slavery. Who was...
Do you really think that man, it's so bad faith if you answer this incorrectly. Do you really think that the Democratic Party of today would be the party of slavery? You just gotta ask yourself that. I ain't even telling you vote for the motherfuckers. I'm just saying, if you really think that, then yeah, you are lost in this country. I'm sorry.
Who's the party of Jim Crow, right? Who's the party?
And if we really want to get on our shit, it was like half of them, right? Because there's a difference between the Southern Democrats and the Northern Democrats. It was like two different parties at that point, pretty much. Like, it was like the Dixiecrats or some shit like that. Like, it wasn't even
the slave codes. Well, those are Democrats. Let's have that conversation.
What are you talking about? You know what? Oh, this would be a fucking kill shot for the Republicans. Here you go right here. If you want to play that out, why should we not believe all white people are racist? Oh, they're not racist now. Well, let's play it out. Who did the enslaving of black people? Who put in effect Jim Crow? Who were these? But they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't apply it. So why are we doing it to the Democrats? Like, it doesn't make sense because you can't do it. It's stupid. They would fight against that. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
And when you look at when the Senate was integrated, those were black Republicans. When we look at Frederick Douglass, black Republicans.
I mean, it's always been black Republicans. And stop, because Republicans were not the same. Stop it. These weren't the same. What is it? Southern Switch? Is that the thing? Anybody go look that up? There you go. Got some history research for you.
Republican. So that's on the political side. Why I believe that a black American should be willing to look at the Republican platform in terms of...
Unless, here's my one caveat to everything he's saying, and I probably wouldn't even grant this to him. One thing that I would be saying, maybe he's saying for the black people that are Democrats that aren't willing to even hear Republicans, just think about the fact that back in the day you switched before because one thing was better for you. That's not to say Republicans are better for you now, but hear them out because some of them might be. It could be that type of rhetoric, which again I don't agree with. I don't like. I don't even think that's what he's saying. But that could be another way he's trying to make the point. Like if you just write them, like if you would have just wrote off the Democrats, you never would have. But that still wouldn't even make sense. Never mind.
My political convictions as a pastor, my conviction in my heart. A black woman's womb is the most dangerous place.
Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. What the fuck are we talking about? Adderall in them guts. What is this man talking about?
If a black American, specifically a black woman,
he's talking about abortion, right? This is where he's going with this. She kills millions upon millions of babies a year. Blah, 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 blah.
My conversation would be, give our black babies a chance. Look at the Republican Party in terms of President.
Your black babies don't have a chance if they. Hey, you want to say hello? If the situations aren't meant for a child to be able to thrive in a world, like why would you want to bring a child in this world to? Well, I guess you motherfuckers believe in Jesus, so I guess struggling is a part of y'all life. So, like
Donald J. Trump. This is what I would say. Don't look at the container, look at the content, right? Don't look at.
Wait, no, not letting you get away with that.
Look at the Republican Party in terms of President Donald J. Trump. This is what I would say. Don't look at the container, look at the content.
Okay. The reason this doesn't work is because if the content was good in this idea, why wouldn't the container be good? So if the container is bad, it's probably because the content is shit. Also, I think people are looking at the content, and that's why people feel like it's shit. What is the content besides shit like you're saying? I think people hear you and they go, oh no, I actually think that abortion should be legal. So that's the content, and I don't agree with it. So what are you talking about, buddy? What's the content? Just the fact that they are Republicans? I think the content is so shit that you could just look at the container and be like, okay, cool. I think that's where we are now. So in a way, I guess people do just look at the container, but it's a clear container, and I can see the glass. I can see the shit through the glass. It's shit in the container, and I can see it. I don't need you to open it. Take a whiff. What do you think it is? Look at it. Take some DNA sampling of it. No, it's shit. I know it's shit.
Right? Don't look at the man, look at the mission. Right? Don't look at his past. Look at.
So, do y'all do this with Joe Biden? Don't look at the man. He's old. He can't walk. He can't see. He can't think. He can't this. He can't that. Don't look at the man. Look at the mission. No, you judge all of it, right? It's a whole thing. What are we talking about here?
Look at what your agenda is for you.
All y'all did was attack the man in Joe Biden's in his case. Like, that's all y'all did.
Your community in the future.
Conservatives are leading.
And now y'all attacking a woman. I'm sorry, I keep stopping. Now y'all attacking a woman. She brown. She fucked her way to the top. Oh, she did this. She done blah, 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 blah. Like, is she black? Is she Asian? Is she da da da? Like, all y'all doing is attacking the person. The thing is, too, is like, I feel like a lot of these black people just see opportunity in it, man. Like, fuck, if I just be conservative, I'm about to get $1 million. I'm about to get TV time on national news. I'm about to get this. I'm about to meet the president. I'm about to this and this and this and this. And it's like, I get it, man. It's probably enticing, all of that shit. Probably love it. Like, I don't know. It's weird.